Good morning. I'm back here in San Bernardino National Forest. If any of you have seen my other video where I did a loop from the South Fork Trail up to San Gorgonio last year, I'm doing the same loop. I'm going to do a comparison video showing the amount of snow from 2024 compared to the amount of snow that's up here 2025. It was kind of a heavy snow year last year, so I'll do some shots trying to compare the amount of snow that I come across. So this is a 2-night, 3-day loop up to San Gorgonio Peak, starting at the South Fork Trailhead. Yeah, I'm doing about roughly like 8 miles a day, something like that. I don't know the exact total, but yeah, let's see what the conditions look like. Alright, I made it to Horse Camp. It's about 1 mile in on the trail, and I think it's about 1,500 feet elevation gain. Got a couple cabins here. I went in them last time, so I'm not gonna show them again, but yeah, about a mile in. I'm gonna head up. Next stop is Poop Out Hill, where from there I should be able to get views of snow, and I'll get my first idea of how much snow there is left on the mountain. Alright, I made it to Poop Out Hill. This is 2.5 miles from the trailhead, and it's 1,000-foot elevation gain. And as you can see, compared to 2024, it looks like there's a lot less snow on the mountain than there was last year. So hopefully the trail conditions will be better and I won't find myself in the same situation that I was the last time. Alright, I made it to the Dry Lake, Dollar Lake Junction. Really good water source right here. I think I'm about 3.5, 4 miles in. I'm gonna stop here, have lunch, rest for maybe spend like an hour here, hydrate, do lunch, grab some water, and then after this it'll be on to Dollar Lake. Really nice to get out of the burn zone, and once you get up to this point you're kind of back in forest that is providing a lot of afternoon shade, which is very nice. All right, the climb out of that trail junction is kind of steep. It is rough. I don't know if it's just because I'm full after eating lunch or if it is the climb. But I'm probably up around 8,000 feet or so, so I might be feeling that as well. But yeah, trail is beautiful, clear, maintained on these on this part. No no snow on the trail. I feel like last year I was hitting snow at this time. I have about 2.2 miles from the trail junction where I stopped for lunch until I get to Dollar Lake. So that's going to be the next stop. Maybe 45 minutes or so I should be there. Alright, I'm at the Dollar Lake Saddle Junction. And I took video from here last time. I'll put it on the screen so we could compare. I think this is almost the same shot. And if I remember correctly, this mountain in front of me was just covered in snow a year ago. I have to insert a shot of Dollar Lake as well. Looks like you could walk all the way around the lake this time. Last year when I came, the water was pretty much all the way up to the bushes on that far side, and there was snow. And yeah, kind of the water went all the way up to like where you see that patch of snow right there. Alright, catch my breath. Climbing up from Dollar Lake. As you can see, it was a little dry. If you're gonna come up here, I guess if you have the option, come on a year where there's a lot of rain, heavy rain season. And then I think that was the case last year when I came, and it was pretty much at capacity. I was surprised, even with the snow kind of still melting off the mountain. I guess that's not what fills up the lake. It must be the rainwater that it relies on. Yeah, climbed 500 feet out of Dollar Lake back to the trail, and I have about 1,000 feet elevation to gain before I get to camp, and I think just about 2 miles from here. So next time I see you, I should be at Dry Lake View campsite. Alright, just got into Dry Lake View, Dry Lake Camp. Only one up here. We'll see if anybody else shows up later on tonight. I haven't set up the camp yet. Let me zoom in on. Okay, there's Dry Lake way down there. It actually looks like it might have more water than Dollar Lake had in it, so we'll find out tomorrow night. Alright, pretty much got camp all set up. Heating up water for dinner right now. Got my duplex right here, and then look at the view since there's nobody else up here. I'm pretty much looking right out at San Gorgonio, the back of San Gorgonio, and Dollar Lake. No, I'm sorry, Dry Lake. So I should have a really good view tonight. Hopefully there's a nice sunset, sunrise, something like that. So I was pretty beat when I got to camp this afternoon. Got in here about 4:30. I think it was about 8.5 miles and like 3,600, 3,800 feet of elevation gain to get up to this point. So with a 32-pound pack, it was quite the workout. It's been a while since I've done something like this, but there's a little bit of snow. Saw a little bit of snow as I was heading up, so hopefully tomorrow's not too bad once I get on the other side of San Gorgonio. Shouldn't be an issue getting up there. Where I ran into the heavy stuff last year was on the other side once I hit the summit and I was coming down. But good weather. It's going to be a little chilly tonight, but excited to see what happens with these views from the tent. Delicious. All right, good morning. It's day 2. Having a little coffee up here at Dry Lake View Camp, 10,500 feet elevation, and we only have about 1,000 feet to get to the top of Mount San Gorgonio. It's about 7 a.m. I'm gonna cook breakfast, finish the coffee, break down camp, and I'm gonna be on the trail. All right, it's about 8 a.m. Broke camp, just about to leave, heading up there somewhere. I got about 2.3 miles and 1,000 feet elevation gain to go to get up to the top of Mount San Gorgonio. Here we go. Still climbing, a little out of breath. I have about 500 feet to go. Not sure the distance, maybe like 3/4 of a mile. Nice view already. Alright, made it to the junction. I am 0.2 from San Gorgonio Peak. I stopped, took a swig of water, put a layer on. I think I'm getting sunburnt, and it's kind of cold up here. So, yeah, 0.2 to the top. And once I get up there, it's going to be all downhill. Looking forward to it. Get your pick of signs. There's probably a couple more up here somewhere. I don't think this one was here last time. I know this one was, and I think there was a third one from some running club. Made it up just before 11 a.m. Out there, that must be Big Bear Lake. You can see that. Now towards the desert, that direction, I think more or less. You got Joshua Tree out that way. You got San Jacinto Peak right here. Santiago, Majesca, that's like Orange County on the other side of that mountain range, and Riverside on this side of it. And then kind of smoggy or whatever. Los Angeles is out that way. Alright, this thing's heavy. There we go, 2025. Pretty fancy, they even put handles on the back of it. Alright, I'll probably hang out here for a few minutes, not too long. I can't remember the mileage. I think it's something like 7 miles down to Dry Lake, all downhill. There's that section that I came across last year that was a little sketchy, so I'm hoping that most of the snow on that side has melted away. It was kind of dry all the way from Dollar Lake to where I camped last night and all the way up to here. There's a lot of patches of snow but no running water, so I don't know if I'll find any on the other side until I get down to Dollar Lake. So I might collect some snow in one of my containers and see how much of it melts and filter that out. But so here's that section last time that took me a while to get across. It probably only took me about 15 minutes this time. So the snow was pretty soft, and then the section of snow that you had to cross was much smaller than it was last year. As you can see, there was one guy going across it right now. Still steep. You gotta be careful, make sure you got good footing. But yes, snow's really soft, not very deep. And a lot better than last year. Alright, I'm heading down the switchbacks, and I believe this is probably part of the Cessna that crashed here. I don't know if I've already passed the site with the memorial. I'll film more if it's up ahead, but I'm guessing that's what this is, part of a plane. So on this section of the trail, you come across a crash site. I knew this was here at the bottom of the switchbacks. There's really more wreckage than I thought there would be. So it's a C-47, 1952 or 53, depending on which placard you look at. In a snowstorm, this military craft crashed into the side of the mountain, and all on board died. Alright, we got to the Fish Creek San Gorgonio Junction. Look at that brand new sign they got for Dry Lake. That's where I'm headed. Alright, I just took a break at the junction of Mineshaft Creek and Dry Lake. So I got about 2 miles to get to Dry Lake. That's where I'm going to camp tonight. And yeah, almost there. set up my tent, made it to Lodgepole Spring, where I'm getting some water, hydrating, having a electrolyte protein shake. Somebody's can collection. But Lodgepole Spring, good water source. There was nothing on the all day today. That whole side of San Gorgonio. It's the high something route, high trail route or something. Nothing on that side. There was snow, but there was no springs, nothing coming off the mountain. Last spot to get water was Dollar Lake, and there was nothing until I got here to Dry Lake, Lodgepole Spring. Good morning. Last day on my trip. It's Friday. Getting up, got the coffee going, and gonna head out of here after breakfast. Spent a couple hours this morning at the lake, and then I'm gonna head out. I got more coffee heating up. I got the maple syrup and the strawberry white chocolate chip pancake. Trying to show you the inside of the pancake. You got the white chocolate chips, you got strawberries, and that didn't even have any syrup on it. It's so good. Much easier to make at home than on the trail. I mean, if you're car camping and you had a griddle, no problem. A little tricky on the pocket rocket, trying to balance it and all that, but oh my god. It tastes so good. Alright, I'm gonna enjoy my breakfast. Alright, on the trail, last day. I forget the exact mileage, I think it's like 6 miles back to the trailhead. Yeah, pretty quiet. I'll do a couple more shots of the lake as I'm on my way out. right, just like that, made it back. Cool hike. My recommendations would be to get an early start. There's a lot of exposure. There's a few areas that are burn zones, so you're going to be exposed for several hours at a time. There's not really any water once you leave between Dollar Lake and Dry Lake. If you're going to summit and then go around that side, you're not going to find much water, so plan accordingly. Lodgepole Spring had a really good flow, and Dollar Lake had a really good flow. Campgrounds at Dollar Lake were not so good. Campsites at Dry Lake View and at Dry Lake, both much better options than Dollar Lake. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you'd like, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future content, or click the box above to watch another video right now.